I certainly miss you guys at my SpirFit classes, so I thought I'd take just a few minutes here at my house to crank out a quick video for stretching, and hopefully this will just help kind of calm the nerves, especially if it's been a long day working from home and or homeschooling your children, which I have been doing today, and I certainly need a break. Okay, so let's begin finding a neutral spine here and tucking the chin down slightly. Closing our lips and breathing in and out through the nose. Whatever's been weighing on our mind today, we're just going to set that aside for the next 15 minutes and just turn our focus totally within, feeling our way through our body. And let's start by feeling the breath entering and leaving through the nostrils. And we're taking these deep breaths, these deep inhales, just kind of clearing out what's inside of us, all that stale air, pushing it out and taking in the new, just kind of changing hands here with the breath. And you can pause this video and continue to do that as long as you'd like. But I'm going to move on. We're going to walk the right hand out to the side. The left hand is going to reach around, finding the right temple and guiding the left ear gently down toward the left shoulder. We'll find that beautiful stretch on the right side of the neck. And then we'll drop the chin down toward the shoulder. And then we'll take our gaze upward toward the sky. And then release the head and slowly roll the head to the right side and back to the left and back to the right, nice and slow. And then coming back to neutral. Awesome. Walking the left hand out to the left side. The right hand reaches around, finds the temple, guides the ear down toward the right shoulder. And we'll just hold here, feeling again that beautiful stretch. The further we reach this left arm out and plug the fingertips into the ground, the greater stretch we'll find. And we're breathing here. Listening to the sound of our breath. Let's drop the chin down toward the shoulder. And then change our gaze as we look toward the ceiling. And then again, we'll release the head and roll the head to the left and to the right. And then we'll come back through center. Interlacing the fingers here, let's bring it to the back of the head now. And we'll drop the chin in toward the chest and pull the elbows down, sitting up nice and tall here. We're just putting a little bit of weight on the back of the head. We're not pulling aggressively on the head here. Yeah, and then we'll raise back up. Opening up the elbows, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Let's inhale, big arms here, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Taking the elbows, pushing them back just a little bit. Oh, that feels so good. And then we can kind of shake that out. Okay, I'm gonna scoot back a little bit on my mat so you can see me. I have my right leg right in front of my left. If you have knee issues, you can shoot a leg right out to the side and follow me as I'm doing here. This is a hip opener, so we're gonna walk our hands forward. I want us to really plug our sitting bones into the mat, so we're gonna push that tailbone down. Our hands are firm into the mat, and we can go down just as far as our body will allow. Some of us are super flexible here, so we really can get down low. Some of us aren't gonna make it down so far, and that's okay. We're just gonna hold this stretch, and again, you can pause this video. I'd like for you to try to hold it for 30 to 60 seconds. And just take some deep breaths here as you allow this right hip pocket just to open up. And then you'll walk back up, and then you'll switch legs to do it to the other side. So placing that left foot out in front. We're gonna stand up really, or sit up really tall here, walking the hands forward. Again, pushing that tailbone down to the ground. This feels so good. Our gaze is down at the mat to respect the lining of our spine and neck. Again, don't be afraid to pause the video again for 30 to 60 seconds to hold that stretch. Okay, now we're gonna come down to our hands and our knees here, finding a nice neutral tabletop. As you can see here, my hips and my knees are aligned, and I'm aligning my wrist, my elbows, and my shoulders, creating a flat back here. My belly button, I know you can't see it, but it's pinned into my lower back. If you can almost imagine a string just drawing your belly upward. Okay, so my gaze is at the ceiling. We're gonna lift this left leg out behind us, creating this long, beautiful line here, and then raising the opposite arm, finding what's also known as a spinal balance here. So just growing really long. So with our inhale, I like to think of reaching the fingers forward. On the exhale, really pushing this left heel back. So we're just growing nice and long here. And then on our next exhale, we're gonna draw and connect the elbow and the knee underneath while we arch the back. So we're gonna inhale and reach, and exhale and round. Inhale, reach. Exhale and round. This time we're gonna place the right hand down, reaching that left leg back. And we're gonna begin to bring that left leg around to the left side. Now we can make it stop wherever we feel comfortable with. But again, we're going to engage the core here. And then bring that left leg to the back. Take a breather here, reset, and let's do that again. So slowly moving that left leg out to the side. And then slowly bringing it back in alignment. Okay, let's float that left knee down. We're gonna sit back on our heels and then reach our arms nice and long, dropping the forehead down to the mat. And then we'll move again to the other side. So coming back up, finding that neutral tabletop again, resetting here, just making sure everything is in alignment, then floating that right leg up. Again, finding that flexed foot here. And then reaching the left arm this time out in front of us, nice and long. Inhale, reach. Exhale, extending that right leg. Growing as long as possible here. And then we'll exhale, having the elbow and knee meet. And we're gonna round through the back. Yeah, like a cat. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Floating that left hand back here. We're gonna take the right leg and slowly bring it over to the right side. Now you can really see here, I'm trying to keep my foot in alignment with my hip height. This might not be possible for a lot of people, and that's okay. So if you can't, maybe just bringing the foot down a little bit and bringing it over just a little bit, testing your balance and bringing it back. Another option is to bend into the knee so you can bring that leg over and then bring it back. Lots of options here. Make sure you do a couple of those. Then you can float that knee back down to the ground and rest. We'll stretch both legs out nice and long, inhaling the arms up overhead, taking a big inhale, lifting the rib cage off of the waist, creating space here, and then exhale, forward fold, reaching for those toes, ankles, or shins. Breathing here and holding our breath. Our gaze is right in between our knees. And then we'll release the feet, walking the hands back toward the waist, pulling the right knee in with us. So we'll allow this right knee to fall out to the inner elbow. The left hand here will pull that right foot in toward our chest. Now, if this is enough of a stretch right here, just stay here. Otherwise, you can take that right foot into the inner left elbow and really give it a squeeze. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall here. And we're gonna hold this in a static pose for 15 seconds. And then if you wanna add a rock to it, you can do that. So the rock is just a little side to side or shifting just a little bit left and right with the shoulders. Yeah, it feels nice. And then we'll release this foot on the outside of the left leg. The right hand's gonna come right behind us. We're gonna take a big inhale up with the left hand. We'll cross over the leg and find a gentle spinal twist, looking over our right shoulder. And then we'll counter that twist by bringing both arms to the left side. And then coming back to center, let's do the same thing on the other side. So we'll bring that left knee into the chest. We'll allow it to fall out to the inner elbow, bringing the foot inward. If this is enough stretch for you, you're just gonna hang out here for me. Otherwise, we'll bring that foot into the inner elbow. And again, sit up nice and tall here. Yeah, my toes are saying hi. And we're gonna be sitting up nice and tall, hugging that leg into the chest with a nice long spine and breathing here, right? If you have tight hips, you can really feel it in the stretch. If you're not feeling it, maybe your leg is down too low, or maybe you need to sit up more. And then again, you can add that rock after 15 seconds. Just to kind of get into it a little deeper. It's just these little micro movements that are so powerful. And then we'll bring that foot to the outside of the leg. Left hand reaches back. Inhale with the right, cross over. Find that spinal twist, looking over the left shoulder. And then we'll counter that twist, looking over to the opposite side. Yeah, and then coming back to center. Let's cross our legs here again. And we're just gonna return to that breathing now. So